So I was looking at Instagram earlier, and at least on my feed, there are a lot of cool, simple effects that can be done with video editing. Here's 3 of them.
How to do this.
I'm going to try to recreate these effects in PowerDirector365, so let's see how it goes. So for this first clip, the reverse walking, and this is a reminder of what it looks like real quick. What you kind of see there is this person, or actually, this person here is walking forward, everyone else is walking backwards, and so that's kind of the illusion or the trick there. You kind of see right here, everyone's walking backwards, but if you go to their Instagram page, this reel, which I'll link below, you'll see what happens is this person in real life is actually walking backwards, everyone else is walking forward. So really how to do that, it's a really simple trick here. So and I'll kind of finish playing it so you get the idea. So what you do is, I found a stock clip here in the Getty Images, and this is what the original looks like here. A person just walking from left to right, forward, right? So what I'm gonna do here is go to Edit, and then over here in Video Tools, we're gonna look for something in Video in Reverse. So click on that there, and all it is a checkbox here. Let me check it real quick. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna make a copy of this video. So we have the original. All right, back at it. So I have the original here. I'm gonna use this, put this one in reverse here. So it's video in reverse, checkbox it, and let it do its thing. So I hit play and you get something like this. So another kind of element you could add to it here, I'm gonna make another copy of the original file here, and I'm gonna make something, another nice little effect here. So this one, I'm gonna take this copy here, go to edit, and then what I'm gonna do is actually position, size, and flip here. I'm gonna click on that, and then I'm gonna go here to flip horizontal. So what that's gonna do, it's gonna take the original clip and just make it horizontal, or just kind of flip it over. So what happens, you're gonna get a video like this. And then when you play it all together, this is what it looks like. So yeah, that's all it is for the reverse walking effect there. All it is a checkbox in PowerDirector, really simple to do. You just want to make sure that the shot is set up correctly there, that you have the people around you and you're walking backwards while everyone's walking forwards. But yeah, really simple effect to apply. So let's move on to the next one. All right, for the second effect here, it's the pouring juice illusion here. Reminder, this is what it looks like right here. So there's the part right there where it looks like the juice is coming out of the phone here. So that's how it's all set up there. Really, the biggest thing to do is making sure that you have the shot set up correctly here. So this is my version here. And this took me a little bit of time to get this figured out, but what I did here, empty glass, and then let's see where I started with. Oh, so I started pouring, actually I did the pouring juice part first, and then over here, and another thing is you want to make sure that the cup is at the same location with both when you pour the juice and also when you put down whatever object you use. I just use a notepad for this instant here. So again, it's like you want to make sure that everything is lined up correctly. The cup is in the same spot as the two actions with, put the smartphone down or put the juice down. So even though this is like a 1 minute clip here, it did take me a little bit of time to get used to here. So I'm gonna chop this up real quick to get it to the parts that I want. And it's really just a few seconds. So let me just trim it up right now. So I trimmed it up into 2 parts. One's gonna be longer than the other. So this part right here where I put the notepad down, this is the first part. You'll notice that this file here is longer than this one. That's just because the action takes a little bit longer. So you're gonna have a little bit of a head start just by pressing the button, and then the juice comes out. And then this is the juice part right here. The part to note is you just want to make sure the bottle is above the glass here so it doesn't get in the way of the picture or the shot here. You're gonna kind of see what happens there. So let's work on the first part right here. What I'm gonna do is click on the file, and I'm actually gonna split this again into 2 files here. So once you push you kind of see the finger being pushed right there into there. I'm just gonna trim this into 2 files. And so the second file here, I'm gonna put a mask on it, put a nice little horizontal. And how I did that was I went to edit, mask, horizontal, and you see what happens here is this white line. I'm just gonna push it up here, right about there, just so it kind of covers the glass. I think that's a good spot right there. So it's gonna look like this. So I have the mask on right here. For the second part where the juice is being poured out, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go over here to crop the selected video. And then from here, I'm going to do freeform. Move it down right about where the juice started pouring and just hit OK. And move it over right to where line where the mask for the first one started up. So this looks something like this here. So you see it's not perfectly lined yet. What I'm going to do, looks like I got to move this part down right about there. And you want to make sure everything is lined up correct. So this is kind of the tricky part right here. So not perfect, but you kind of get the idea. So what it's going to look like is this. So my editing, and again, it's I think that the hardest part here is making sure you have the shot set up correctly. You still do see a line here, and that's just because of a video editing error here. And that's just because of me. But yeah, you kind of see the idea here. It does have the illusion that that the juice is being poured out from the notepad here. So let me show you what it looks like in full motion. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Again, it really comes down to making sure that the shot is set up correctly. As you see, mine not exactly the cleanest, but you kind of get the idea how to do that there. You just want to make sure everything lines up correctly. You have a really good shot there. So yeah, really easy effect to do. Just again, want to make sure that your shot is just lined up the way it should be with both actions. And for this last shot here, this is what I call the spill the beans. Really cool one. Drexley, someone I've been following for a good amount of time. He does some amazing shots, but remember, this is what it looks like here. Cool. All right, so if I want to replay that, I'll show you how to kind of break down here. So what he does in this shot here, he's actually pouring it starting from here and then pouring the beans out like that. But what you see in the video is this is actually reverse here. So he just puts the video into reverse. And that bump right here, or the bumping on the table and then bouncing up, that's where the transition happens to a full cup of a glass of water, or a glass of coffee there, or a cup of coffee, excuse me, and then boom, turns into coffee there. So it goes from beans to coffee. Really cool effect there. So how I'm going to do that here, I already set up the shot here. I did in a couple clips, and again, this really comes down to making sure that you have the right shot. It's more so about the right shot than it is the editing. But what I did here, I did the beans, but I didn't have any coffee beans. I had almonds though, so I used almonds to set up the shot here. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. See, there's the bump, and then here's the pouring of the beans, the almonds, and that's all the shot is for the first one. And then what you want to do after that is get a cup of coffee, which I did have a cup of coffee, and let me see if I can find it here. So there it is. All I'm doing is bumping the table, and then that's it. So let me see if I get the motion. There we go. That's it. That's the motion. So you just want to make sure that everything is lined up correctly, which I'll do right now. So just give me a moment. Okay, so I took all my footage. I had about over 2 minutes worth of footage here, narrowed down to 5 seconds here. So that's how many shots I took, you could tell. But what I did pretty much here is I got the shot of spilling the coffee beans and then into the coffee here. So let me play it real quick so you get an idea. So there's the almonds in regular speed, everything, and then there's the coffee. Or all the effects will be in this first shot where the almonds are being spilled out. So I'm gonna click on it, hit edit, and where am I looking for? Video in reverse. Oh, it's already there. Hit the checkbox. It's gonna make the video go in reverse here, and that was that quick. And then that's pretty much it, I believe. Let me see how it looks right here. Let me start it from the beginning. Yep, beans. And you see the biggest part to make the effect work is making sure the cup gets out of the frame, or the top of the cup gets out of the frame for a little bit. And then when the coffee hits, same thing, out of the frame, and then boom, then it turns into a cup of coffee. But yeah, let me show you in full speed here. So that is the spill the beans effect there. That's a really cool, simple one, but it looks so cool when you see it in real life, in real motion. Really simple effect to apply. I really like that reverse effect there to make this really go. So yeah, that's all there is to it. So that's it for these Instagram effects. Let me know which ones you like or which ones you're going to try out. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.